Have you noticed your hands feel weaker, your steps slower, or your nights more restless? Do you wonder, not out loud but deep inside, how much time you really have left after 70? You're not alone. And no, the answer isn't in a pill or a hospital scan, it's in your daily life. Right now, your body is quietly giving you signs. Signals that reveal how well it's aging and how long it may carry you forward. I'm Dr. James, and in this video, I'll show you 7 scientifically proven signs that predict your longevity after 70. Each one is simple, subtle, and deeply human. We'll go through what they mean, why they matter, and what you can do right now to improve your path ahead. And if you stay with me until the end, I'll share one unexpected sign that most people completely ignore. But it may be the strongest predictor of all. Before we begin, I would appreciate it if you like this video. You can help me continue to spread the positive energy. If you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. If you like this video, please comment number 1. If you don't like it, comment number 0 to let me know, so I can make a better video for you. Now let's begin. Sign number 1, your walking speed. The way you walk is more than just a habit. It's a quiet indicator of how your heart, brain, and muscles are working together. In fact, scientists have found that walking speed after age 70 can predict how long you'll live more accurately than blood pressure or cholesterol. Slow walking often means reduced circulation, weaker leg strength, and early nervous system decline. When you walk, your brain sends signals to your legs, your lungs deliver oxygen, and your heart pushes blood through the entire body. If one system begins to fade, your steps slow down, your stride gets shorter, you feel less stable, and over time it becomes harder to recover from even small changes in health. I remember a man named Victor. He was 74 and used to love morning walks around the lake. But after his wife passed, he stopped going out. He didn't notice how much slower he'd become until one day he tripped, stepping off a curb and couldn't get up on his own. That moment scared him more than the fall itself. When he came to see me, we started a simple plan. 10 minutes of walking every morning, 5 in the afternoon. Not to be fast, but to move with awareness. After 3 weeks, he came back smiling and said, "I didn't know my legs still had this in them." I believe. Your steps are not just movement. They're a rhythm, a heartbeat, a form of expression. The slower they become, the more your body is asking for attention. But the good news is this. You don't need speed to live long. You need consistency and care. Because every step you take is a small promise to keep going. Sign number 2, your grip strength. Your hands say more about your health than you might think. Grip strength isn't just about opening jars or carrying groceries. It's a direct reflection of your overall muscle mass, nerve health, and even your heart strength. In fact, studies show that weaker grip strength is linked to a higher risk of heart disease, falls, and shorter lifespan in older adults. Why does grip matter so much? Because your hands are connected to a web of muscles, nerves, and circulation that start from deep inside your core. When your strength begins to fade, your grip is often the first to show it. It's a small signal, one you might shrug off. But your body is speaking. I once met Mr. Ellis. He was 79 and still lived alone. He came in because he had trouble holding his coffee mug steady in the morning. Not pain, just weakness. He laughed about it at first, saying he was just getting clumsy. But when we tested his grip strength, it was well below average for his age. We didn't panic. We started hand exercises, squeezing a softball, doing light resistance work, and more importantly, getting him to move his whole body again. After 4 weeks, he said something simple but powerful. "I feel stronger. Just holding the newspaper." I believe grip is not about power, it's about presence. When you hold something with strength, you're telling your body, "I'm still here. I still have control." So check your grip now and then. Not to measure your worth, but to remind yourself you still have something to hold on to. And strength can return with care. Sign number 3, your balance, standing on one leg. Balance is one of the most overlooked indicators of health after 70, yet it's one of the most powerful. Your ability to stand on one leg even for just 10 seconds reveals the condition of your nervous system, your inner ear, your leg strength, and even your cognitive sharpness. If your balance is poor, it doesn't just increase your risk of falling. It often reflects a deeper weakness that affects how long and how well you live. When balance declines, your steps become unsure. Your reaction time slows, and everyday tasks like getting out of bed or stepping off a curb become more dangerous. But it doesn't happen overnight. It fades slowly, like a candle burning out. Unless you light it again with movement. I worked with a man named Harold, 76 years old. He said he hadn't fallen, but felt unsteady stepping into the shower. I asked him to try standing on one leg with eyes open just for 10 seconds. He wobbled and laughed. It was harder than he thought. We started a routine of balance training in small, safe ways, holding onto the back of a chair, standing on a soft surface, walking heel to toe. After 3 weeks, he said, "Doc, I trust my feet again." Here's how I see it. Balance is trust between your brain and your body. It's not just about muscles, it's about awareness. Every time you train it, even for a few seconds, you're sending a message: I still have control, I still want to stay steady, and that message might do more for your future than any pill ever could. Sign number 4, your sleep patterns. Sleep is not just rest, it's repair. After 70, your body uses deep sleep to restore your brain balance, your hormones, and strengthen your immune system. But if you're waking up multiple times each night, tossing and turning, or struggling to fall asleep again, it could be a sign that your body is no longer recovering the way it should, and that lost recovery can quietly shorten your health span. Studies show that chronic poor sleep is linked to higher risks of memory loss, heart disease, weight gain, and even early death. The reason isn't just exhaustion, it's inflammation. When sleep is broken, the body stays in a low-grade state of stress, and that slowly chips away at resilience. I remember a kind man named Mr. Thomas. He was 82 and said he hadn't had a full night's sleep in over a year. He chalked it up to age, but his mind felt foggy. His energy was low, and even his appetite was fading. I encouraged him to start a nightly rhythm: a light dinner, some soft stretching, no screens before bed, and deep breathing instead of watching the clock. 2 weeks later, he said he still woke up, but only once, and he felt human again in the morning. Here's what I believe. Sleep is not just for the young. It is a rite, a ritual, and a return to self. When you protect your sleep, you protect everything: your heart, your memory, your energy. So let your nights be sacred, because restful sleep isn't a luxury. It's longevity in silence. Sign number 5, your appetite and eating habits. As we age, a fading appetite might seem normal, but when your interest in food drops or your meals become smaller and less frequent, it's not just a matter of taste. It's often a warning sign. A declining appetite after 70 can signal changes in metabolism, digestive health, mental well-being, and even early signs of frailty. Your body depends on regular nourishment to maintain muscle mass, bone strength, and immune defense. Without enough nutrients, you lose energy, lose weight unintentionally, and become more vulnerable to illness. Even more dangerous, loss of appetite often leads to loss of interest in life itself. I once had a patient named Mr. Gregory. He was 80, once a lively man who loved cooking, but recently stopped preparing meals altogether. He said he just didn't feel hungry, and food had lost its flavor. His weight had dropped noticeably, and his skin looked pale. We didn't force food. We started with ritual. I asked him to eat outside twice a week, invite a neighbor over once a week, and to begin every morning with one bright-colored fruit. Within a month, not only had his appetite returned, so had his laughter. Here's what I believe: eating is not just survival. It's connection to life, to color, to rhythm. Your appetite speaks through silence when something inside you is fading, but it can return. And when it does, It often brings energy, joy, and even purpose back to the surface. Don't ignore the plate. It might be the first place your body tells its truth. Sign number 6. How you manage stress. Stress is invisible but powerful, like a slow-burning fire. It may not show flames, but it quietly damages your heart, your brain, and even your immune system. After 70, the ability to manage daily stress becomes more important than ever. Chronic stress raises inflammation, weakens memory, disrupts sleep, and shortens lifespan, even in those who seem physically strong. The danger is that most older men carry stress silently. They've learned to be strong to endure, to hold it all in. But holding stress without release is like holding your breath too long. Eventually, something gives. I remember Mr. Raymond. He was 77, a retired engineer, polite, calm, but always looked tired. He told me he felt like his body was aging faster than his spirit. He had lost interest in hobbies, barely slept, and his blood pressure was rising. Yet nothing had changed in his routine. I asked him one question. When was the last time you let yourself relax truly? He couldn't answer. We started with 5 minutes of silence every morning. No phone, no news, just breath. A simple pause. Within weeks, he said, "I'm not fixed, but I finally feel like I'm here again." Here's what I believe. Managing stress isn't weakness. It's wisdom. It's knowing when to step back, when to exhale, and when to ask for peace. You don't need to meditate for hours. You just need small moments of stillness to tell your nervous system, I'm safe, I'm present, I want to live gently. Sign number 7, your social connections. After 71 of the strongest predictors of how long you'll live isn't a number on a lab test. It's how connected you feel to others. Loneliness doesn't just affect the heart emotionally, it affects it biologically. Studies show that social isolation increases the risk of heart disease, depression, cognitive decline, and early death. It's as dangerous as smoking or obesity. The human nervous system is wired for connection. We heal faster when we're seen. We breathe deeper when we're heard. And yet many older men live in quiet disconnection. Their friends pass away. Families move on. Routines shrink. And slowly the outside world fades from reach. I met Mr. David, 81 years old, who lived alone. He came to me not for a medical issue, but because he said he felt like he was disappearing. He rarely spoke to anyone. Some days his only words were to the TV. I asked him to try one thing: call someone every day, even just to say hi. And once a week invite someone over, even if it's just to sit and share a cup of tea. After 1 month, he said, "I still live alone, but I don't feel alone anymore. I believe you don't need a crowd. You need connection, a voice to speak to, a hand to hold, a presence that reminds you you still matter, because you do. You always have. And the heart that feels seen tends to beat a little longer, a little steadier, and a little more joyfully." Thank you for joining me today. We've walked through 7 quiet signs that speak louder than any lab test about how your body is aging and how your future may unfold. These signs are not meant to scare you. They are reminders, gentle invitations from your body saying, "I'm still here, and I still want to thrive." Which one of these signs spoke to you most? Which one will you start paying more attention to? Beginning today, leave a comment below and share your answer. Your words may encourage someone else who's been silently struggling just like you. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like and share it with someone you care about. And if you haven't already, subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss the next lesson in this journey of wisdom and health. Your support helps me continue to spread the positive energy. And remember this, you are not fading, you are refining. See you in the next video.